Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Monday, August 23rd market update. There was no economic data released today, but we do have starting tomorrow the monthly existing home sales, which will be out about 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And they're expected to be pretty awful, and they probably will be. So I'm not sure if the market's not already kind of expecting that. I guess it depends on how bad they are. And of course, this week we've got a lot of data coming out. We've got more home data. We've got GDP, of course, the weekly jobless claims. So I think all this data is what the market's waiting on, and we're just grinding and around going nowhere right now. So the dollar was up today. Gold, silver, and copper were, they were mixed, but they were mostly just flat. There wasn't much going on. Oil was down. Light sweet crude futures were down another 72 cents to settle at $73.10 a barrel. So we're looking at the dollar via the UUP, the ETF. We have the 50-day moving average above, which could be some resistance, but there's been some pretty good volume here in the dollar. Still holding up. Again, it didn't go much of anywhere today either. Over to the West Texas Intermediate Crude Point Figure Chart. So we've had we were way up here, so we've been down, 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 down. So we have broken this little trend line here. We'll see how low we go. It has a point figure has a price objective of 62, which doesn't mean we'll actually get there, but that's per the pattern that the point figure chart has here. That's what it is forecasting as a target. Let's take a look at the Dow. So Dow closed down 39 points to 10,174. S&P closed down 4 points to 1,067. Nasdaq closed down 20 points to 2159, and the Russell closed down 8 points to 602. The Dow held up the best, down 0.38%. The Russell was the weakest, down 1.33%. Volume across the indices, by looking at the ETFs, they were below average. There was not any real heavy selling or buying. There wasn't anything going on today, really. It was just kind of a standoff. So looking at the Dow, we didn't move much. We're still right around this area here. The MACD looks awful though, pointed down. S&P, we've been talking about this. It looks like it could, it touched here and here and inside here. You could be in a falling wedge, which would be bullish, maybe get us back up into this area. But at the same time, you could say there's a little left shoulder. This is the head, and then this is a little right shoulder over here, and we're in this little small head and shoulders top, which of course there's a bigger one out here, but so either way, MACD again looks awful. I think it's going to be dependent more on news than anything else on the economic data. Nasdaq, same way here. Not looking too hot. Get rid of that. Not looking too hot. Again, it could have a little head and shoulders here, which didn't kind of not equal, but there usually aren't. Let's see, gold. GLD, it's holding up all right. Silver's had selling here, and wasn't much of anything today. It was just kind of neutral. It's kind of setting here, so MACD's not. It moved a little lower today as well. Didn't tell me a whole lot. Copper had pretty heavy volume on the sell side, but it didn't move it much. It's still sitting right there, but they sure trying to sell it on the copper ETF JJC. The VIX. Volatility index also, didn't move much. We're still right in this area here. And so we still haven't broken out of this wedge pattern. Euro just lots of selling here in the euro, believe it or not. It's been kind of, strange, but I figure eventually it'll, once it resumes its uptrend, if and when, and the dollar starts downtrend again, of course, then the market will stabilize. Let's go take a look at the McClellan oscillator. All right, so we're at minus 45 on the NYSE also. So we're nearing the oversold, but we really need a little bit more. We need to get down this area here, need to push a little bit more so we could have a, go a little further than we'd be oversold. Whoops, over to the sectors. So 4 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. The utility index had the largest percent gain, up 0.62%. So there's been a lot of defensive buying in that utility sector as of late, lots of it. Home construction index was the weakest, down 1.67%, and they beat the heck out of home construction and home builders and stuff. for quite a while now. Let's go over to Chart Watch. Some of these we've already been watching, then some of them might be new ones. But WCRX broke out today, lots of volume. Probably would have went on flying if the market was strong enough. But looking pretty nice. Of course, Nanometrics wanted to break out higher as well, but it still looks good. And with the weak market, some of this didn't go. CML, I'm just bummed out about that. I knew I should have bought it Friday, and I didn't because I didn't want to buy it up here. So even though it could have some more to go, but we've been watching it, and it took off. ISLN, huge move up, almost 12%, tons of volume. Cal-Maine Foods, it's taking out the trend line again. This weak market, I think, made it pull back. Tons of volume here, so you might want to add that one to your list. Of course, the Ag CAGC still looking real good. CGA still holding above the support level there. It's had lots of buying volume as well. McDonald's still hanging tough. Children's Place still looking good after earnings. Alliant Tech Systems, there's nothing on the sell side here, so you might be able to buy it off this 30 days, the red line here, go for a long, then bail here, or you may wait till it breaks out above the trend line, whichever way you like to trade. SJM, we've talked about this one. This one's still looks good. NTES still holding up well. Whoops. Maidenform still holding up well, still looks good. Of course, Coffee, GMCR is the way everyone's playing it. That one still looks great. Heinz still holding up well. This little Radware, I love this ascending triangle on this thing. Tons of volume kicking in today. If the market would have been strong today, this thing probably would have just flew through the 24. It would have been a huge run, but it's still trying. Just needs the market to help it along a little bit. CRM still looks good. Of course, Intap, all the usual suspects are all still looking good, basically. General, whoops, wrong one. How about General Mills? General Mills still vying in that. These consumer staples, a lot of those are still looking pretty good. Yamana Gold pulled back, but it's looking good right here, possibly for a buy if it has this little inverted head and shoulders, possibly if it follows through with that. Priceline still holding up well. MPEL, love this, still hanging out. So if the market can get going, it will probably get going as well to the upside. QSoft breaking out today. IMFA still looking good, breaking out higher. Netflix, it's still hanging tough. It's not going anywhere. It's just resting. It's fine. This one's still in a little triangle, hadn't gone anywhere yet. Lots of volume coming in Brinker today, so watch this triangle. It wanted to break out, I think. Again, the market was not cooperating. Whiting Petroleum, volume's picking up on the downside, and again, it might have a little head and shoulders top here. So keep your eye on that one if you're looking for a short. ATA breaking lower today if you're looking for a short. Visa couldn't go anywhere, still has resistance up there if you're looking for a short. C-Trip still in its triangle, and of course all these are still holding up. SH, Dog, SCO still flying higher. All those are still looking good. So let's go over and take a look at the current market signals with all the point and figure chart for the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, all still on sell signals. Price objective, they haven't changed. I will note they all still are hanging around their, they've got some support down here. And until they break it lower, see, we've got this trend line support on the Dow, and we haven't taken it out yet. We need to print like the 10,100 or so to take it out. So we do have a little support there. SPX, double bottom breakdown if it can print the 1,060, which it hasn't been able to do yet. So it's got a little support there where it's touched before. And NASDAQ. NASDAQ still holding this trend line. Again, it would have to print this 2150 and to break down lower, and it hasn't done that yet. So that is it for today, and thanks for watching.